Hey everybody, I'm back. The Love and Relationship podcast is back. We're gonna be starting in like a minute. Obviously, again, you obviously know the topic: date with intention, don't date at all. We'll be reacting to a video, so we'll be starting in 1 minute.
On a scale 1 to 10, she 100. Gets everything that she wants in abundance. Knows how to be a lady in public, but she can get crazy. Ooh, I love it. She got a lot of weight in her luggage, and shorty ain't bluffing. She might snap on you like it's nothing. Everything I thought I knew is redundant.
Explode the temper. I hear smoke detectors. If I don't surrender, she might hold a lecture.
Every apology's a token gesture. I'm sorry, baby, I don't know no better. You get mad when I show no effort and turn the summer into a cold December. Cruise on the high road, dodging the potholes, tied up and I'm blindfold. She got me going psycho. I walk on a tightrope. My feet getting ice cold. My head spinning like a cyclone. She got me going psycho.
Damn, girl, you got me going.
Hey everybody, welcome. I missed you guys. It's been a while since we've done an episode. Before I get started, I actually want to say thank you to everyone that's been on the show, that's supported the show, that's liked the content, commented on the content. On days when it's very difficult to do it, it's because of you guys that I get up and say, you know what, we're going to do this. We have some form of inherent value to offer. And it would be wrong of us not to offer our value in this space, of the space of conversations when it comes to dating and relationships. So again, sorry for the long hiatus. We just have a lot of things that we want to bring to you guys as an audience. And we're working on them while also doing the podcast. So we really appreciate, as I said, all the love and support that everybody gives to the product. As I said, the product doesn't get to exist without you guys. So let's jump into today's topic. Date with intentions or don't date at all. As we know right now, the dating market is goofy, right? There's just people out here just sleeping around, people just using people not dating intentionally, people promising them a relationship or doing relationship things, but not giving them commitment. There's a lot of lying. There's a lot of cheating. There's a lot of like shenanigans going on, right? And we're going to break down a video that I've watched it already, but I want to watch it with you guys. And I think it's going to be a very interesting topic for us to break down and obviously add some flavor to the topic. So let's break it down. I think it's great what this man is saying, and a lot of people don't think about this, right? Because you're either gonna date intentionally, or you're just wasting each other's time, and no one thinks about that. Like, oh man, am I wasting this person's time? No, you're not thinking about that because you're getting what you want, right? So this is where the topic becomes very interesting. So I'm going to mute the mic. We're going to break it down, and we're going to hear what he has to say.
Two also are mixing just casual dating with like relationships.
Yeah.
Like these casual dates, they are not relationships at all.
Yeah.
So at all, and no intentional dating. So yes, it confused a lot of people because I can hang out with you for 3 weeks but I'm toxic the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But we're dating because I didn't took you out a few times. We didn't went here, went there, but we're dating. So, but when you intentionally date someone, it's not all that extra drama and stuff like that. It's really work. It's really, I'm spending time with you. We resolving solutions together. Things that you don't like or things you don't like me doing, like we talking about.
Yeah,
it.
we're compromising.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It may be ugly, but we getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people not doing that. They just, because you're attractive, I'm going to just put up with whatever. The sex is good. So I'm just gonna let you do what you do until I didn't have enough finally.
Right.
And
or I find someone else.
yes, that too. I think a lot of people too also are mixing just casual dating with like relationships.
Yeah.
Like this casual.
So he pretty much gave like a small synopsis of pretty much dating and intentional dating. Dating is just you not knowing what you want. You pretty much taking the car for a test drive, seeing if you like what's there. If not, you're moving on. Intentional dating is like you're looking for the relationship to at least head to a marriage, right? You're taking all the necessary steps. And that's why I like what he said. When there's problems that arise, you guys are working them out. If there's something that the other partner is not doing, you're talking about it. Everything is out in the open, right? There's no like, where do I stand with this person? I don't know what we are. Any of that. There's none of that. It's all literally just straightforward, put it on the table, and the person decides if they want to eat from this table or not. Also, I love what he said about the dating. A lot of the times people just date for fun. They keep the person around until they get bored of them, or until they get annoyed of them, or until the person that they really want comes along. Now, see, these are things that I've always said that you have to be on the lookout for, because if the person's not that into you and you literally have to fight to get time, you have to fight to get attention, you have to fight to make plans together, it's not worth the energy. It's just not, because you're exhausting yourself to get what you want. And it shouldn't have to be like that. You see what I'm saying? If the person was really into you, they would want to give it to you because they want to receive from you as well. So if they're not willing to give anything, it means they're not that interested. And that's why I say keep it moving. Because you don't want to be sitting there, have somebody use you to pass the time until the person that they really want comes along. But most of the time, we'll stay in the situation because the bedroom, because the bedroom fun is great. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys have gone on a few dates. It's comfortable. There's no connection. It's comfortable. You see, and you have to learn to separate the two. That's where a lot of people suffer. They think it's a connection, but it's comfortability, right? And I think when we look at this for a very objectively, from a very positive standpoint, that's why the dating market's trash. That's why a lot of people are having a hard time finding somebody. Not everybody, but not a lot of people are very intentional with their intentions, right? So a lot of times when they're dating, they have no plan for you. They just want to see where it goes and just kind of waste your time. And you do have to be very weary of time wasters, because that's time that you can't get back, unfortunately. And it's very, very sad that people let people do this to them because they like them so much. And that's a whole nother topic, because a lot of times when someone likes someone, they'll let them get away with bloody murder. They'll let them literally abuse their boundaries for attention, for validation. I know I've done it. Been on both sides. So the reason why I wanted to react to this video, and again, I know it's going to make some people salty. Some people are going to get upset. They're going to feel some type of way. Then maybe this is not the podcast for you. Keep it moving. Keep it going. When you really respect someone, you have a plan for them. You're intentional with them. If you find out that they like you, or that you like them, and you guys are having conversations, and you have an in-person conversation saying, hey, like, look, like, I really like you. We're not going to jump into this relationship. But again, I have a plan. My plan is X, Y, Z, right? Like, maybe we can go on more dates. Maybe we can spend more time together. You know what I mean? But the intent is put out there that this needs to go in the direction of a relationship. And the other person can reply saying, yeah, you know what? I'd really like that. At least, you know, if we get to know each other and we both feel the same way in a couple months, we could say, you know what? It's relationship time. You know what I mean? We've poured so much into this. We know that this isn't comfort, that it's connection. Let's go be together. Or you could decide after 2 months to say, look, I don't think we're really for each other. You know, we spent some time together. We tried to see if there was a connection. There's nothing there. You know, I think it's better that we go our separate ways. That's the more honorable thing to do, is to always have a conversation about where this is going to go or what you guys are doing. If you're not going to have a conversation about it and you're just going to go all willy-nilly, shows a lack of respect for both parties. And I don't think that's fair either. Right? I don't think that's fair to the guy. I don't think that's fair to the girl. And that's how a lot of people get hurt. That's how you end up in situationships. And trust me, I think in 2023, situationships are like the new thing. Oh, I got a situationship. It's like, why? You shouldn't even be in a situationship. You should have enough discernment. You should feel very confident in yourself to not get entangled in those type of things. But again, people are getting entangled in them all the time now. It's the new thing. You know what I mean? So again, I think one of the issues, there's many issues when it comes to what we can do to fix dating, but I think one of the issues is honesty and upfrontness, no matter how much it hurts the person. If you tell the person, hey, I don't really like you like that, we need to start saying the truth. We need to start being honest. And even if it hurts them, that's fine. Because it shows that you care about them enough to give them a little bit of pain now instead of hurting them later. So that's my intent. I try to be honest as possible, even though I know it might hurt the person. Because if I drag it out, let it go on longer than it should, I end up hurting them even deeper because they end up getting more invested into you know, whatever it is we have. And then it becomes harder for me to break it off. So that's why I always say that it's always better to be number one, honest. Number two, have a conversation about everything, about what your intentions are. Do you want marriage? Do you want kids? How you feel about, you know, spirituality, God, all those other things, principles about money, all of these things. Is the one person a homebody and the other person loves going out? All of it needs to be had a conversation about, because if you're not, and then you just kind of just base it off of how you feel about the person, and then you get into a relationship with them, and then you figure out that they don't want marriage, they don't want kids, their religious beliefs are completely different than yours. You just wasted a whole bunch of your time that you can't get back. And that's why I always say there's certain conversations that have to be had before you commit to something. And it's asinine, because we can have the conversation when it comes to buying a house. We can have the conversation when it comes to buying a car. You want to know everything it is before you put your name on the dotted line. You want to know everything about the house that you want to buy before you put your name on the dotted line. You want to know everything about the car that you want to purchase before you put your name on the dotted line. You want to know everything about the job before you put your name on the dotted line. Why aren't we doing the same for relationships? Know what you're signing up for before you sign up. I know a lot of people that sign up for something. Oh my God, we're so in love. It's so amazing. It's so great. Oh my God, it's so this. 2-3 months later, oh, this person's so bad. They're so terrible. They're so mean. They're narcissistic. They're controlling. They're manipulative. They're paranoid. All of these things. And you're surprised? You didn't do your research. So whose fault is it? Is it their fault or yours? You didn't put a price on your commitment. You committed to something you had no business committing to. And then you're getting mad at them because you decided to commit. That's why I always say, make sure you research before you commit to someone. And if you have to take the time to do it, do it. If you have to take 2 to 3 months of you going on consistent dates with this person, spending time with them, getting to know what they're about, who they are. And as I said, usually after the 3-month marker, they usually start to let their guard down. They start to become a little more relaxed, a little more comfortable. That's when the real work really starts. I'm not saying there's no work in the beginning, but the real work starts like at that point, because they can only keep up the facade for so long, especially if they're playing a facade. If they're not playing a facade, awesome. But if they're playing a facade, they can only keep it up for so long, or for eventually it starts to crumble. You know, you kind of start to see the real them. And then that's when you can really decide if you really want to commit to them or not. Right? Or you want to say, hey, this is really me. But the reason why I say these things is because we shouldn't be using people. People say, like, I posted something today and people are like, people should be allowed to do whatever they want. Just because you could do whatever you want doesn't mean that you should. You see what I'm saying? And people will say, well, what if both people agree to sleep with each other, right? With no connection, just for fun. Somebody always wants a relationship at the end of the day. Let's be honest, it's never casual. But again, a lot of people are very delusional. It's never casual. There's always a time when you're going to be sleeping with someone for a bit, and then eventually someone's going to say, well, hey, I want more. Either the guy or the girl. They're going to say, hey, I want more. Or, you know, I don't want to keep doing this. This is boring. Because they want something sustainable. They want stability. It's human biology for them to want stability. Right? You have it at your job. You have it, you know, in other areas of your life. You're obviously going to want it in a relationship with someone, especially if you guys are clicking. So this whole like, oh, it's just casual fun. No, it's not casual fun, because at some point, someone's going to want something more and the other person's not going to be able to give it. And the other person's going to get upset and say, hey, this is not fair. I gave you my body. I gave you my time. I gave you attention. I gave you, you know, spent money on you. That's what the guy might say. The girl might say, I gave you my body. I helped you out. I did this and this and this for you. And I'm not getting a relationship out of this. So that's why I'm saying that a lot of times when people say certain things, take it with a grain of salt. Even what I say, do your own research. But I'm just saying, when you're looking at it from a human psychology standpoint, the person's always going to want more from you at some point. So it's never casual. So that's why it's a big X to do friends with benefits or anything casual. But again, the whole point of this channel is not for you to sit here and believe me. The whole point of this channel is just to open up the conversation. Do what you feel is right for your relationship. And if it works, awesome. I wish you many blessings and happiness if that's what's working for your relationship. Great, because it's not my job to put my nose in your relationship. My job is to have a conversation. We open the conversation, and then if you say, you know what? That actually makes sense. Or I don't really agree with that. That's all this is. So that's why I say it's either take it or leave it. So again, I'm really hoping to do more of these with you guys to get some traction, to build the channel, to add massive amounts of value. A lot of you have stood by this channel for almost 2 years. 2 years. You guys have liked the content. You guys have engaged with the content. And I want to find newer and inventive ways to add value to you guys. For liking, subscribing, supporting, all of it. But my end goal is to help you guys get the relationships, either that's friendships or relationships that you want, not the ones that you don't want, right? We're not talking about those. But the whole goal of the channel is for you to make wiser decisions, wiser choices, either learning from my failures or what's talked about in the videos that we react to. All of it. So if there's something that you guys can take away from this channel, I'm happy at the end of the day. You might disagree with some of my sentiments, and that's okay too. If you disagree, no problem. My love for you doesn't change. You do what's best for your relationship. But again, I'm still going to keep talking about certain subjects and certain subject matters that you might not agree with, but that's okay. So anyways, I'm going to end off this live. You're going to see me on Wednesday. We have another great conversation to have about compatibility, and I will see you on Wednesday.